Hello, good morning to you. You're welcome back to Wafo Podcast. Good to know that you are doing well wherever you are listening from. These are the news headlines. Government threatens market closure over environmental violations. Yebanji urges LGs to leverage autonomy for development. E-collop system will decongest Lekki Ekpe Road, says Lagos State government. APC debunks Dalong's claim of cabal in Tinubu's government. Natasha to appear in court on Tuesday on her defamation case. Nigeria's petrol price 55% below West African average, says Dangote. NDLEA intercepts Saudi-bound pilgrims with drugs. 7 banks reserves with CBN surged to 18.8 trillion naira. Terrorists eyeing Nigeria West African coastline, says USA. Family seeks help to raise 18 million naira for child's heart surgery. You can find this on Porch in case you want to give a hand. 3 suspected cultists nabbed in Lagos firearms recovered. Police hunt Yahoo boy after lover found dead in Belsa Hotel. Truck crushes motorcyclist to death in Lagos as gunmen abduct 9 Benue-linked passengers. Dislodged traders lament delayed justice over Lagos market demolition. Awani's forest future uncertain. Now let us check out international news. Right, and we have some interesting news headlines coming from that direction. All right. Over knife attacks, says Salman Rushdie. 2 dead and hundreds arrested in France after PSG Champions League. Australia asks China to explain extraordinary military build-up. Man dies and child injured in Ireland. Shopping center shooting scene. Ukraine audacious drone attack sends critical message to Russia and the West. Red Cross says at least 21 killed and dozens shot in Gaza aid incident. Russia may attack NATO in next 4 years. German defense chief warns martial law fractured South Korea. Can this election heal the nation? 6 injured after man sets people on fire at Colorado rally for Israeli hostage. All right, guys, thank you for staying connected. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Well, what's the wish for someone celebrating birthday 60th? Diamond, we pray that God will continue to strengthen him. God will give him long life, good health, and continue to grant him wisdom to contribute to the development of our state and our nation at large. That's our greatest wish, and I'm here representing the government and people of Akwa Ibom State. He has served meritoriously and very well, so there's no doubt about that. And he continues to inspire us, so we need to support him. We are in political times, and so you expect more of that. My family is intact, you can see everyone. And the event we're talking about happened immediately my wife passed last year. So why is it surfacing now? And why is it on the eve of a 2nd year anniversary that we're celebrating the milestone that we have achieved. This teaches me that there are detractors around, and so my family is intact. You can see that's Jane herself there. That's my daughter, that's the husband. So we have a good family. The pressure on the kids when they lose a loved one and could be traumatic, and we must know that. All I can appeal to the public is, please, they shouldn't bring back sad memories. It's enough that I've lost my wife, and I pray that they allow her peaceful soul to rest in peace, and don't try to. But I can't be distracted. I remain focused. I'll continue to serve Akwa Ibom people, and I don't wish what happened to me will happen to anyone else. So people throwing these around, if that's what they wish for themselves, I wish them luck. Yeah. But we're running. My family is intact. I think even in politics, family should be off limits. Family should really be off limits. And so I don't think it's anything. You see me, I'm here, and we're good.
Okay. You know? Thank you.
That was the governor of Akwa Ibom responding to the recent video that went viral that showed his daughter attacking him and accusing him of killing the mother. And that's how he responded, said that that video is old, that it was released sometime last year when his wife died, and all that. So that now his political enemies are bringing it out to use it to cause tension in his family or whatever, to make people to begin to see him as the enemy. Right, let's check out others.
Highway in Nigeria, envisioned by the President Bola Tinubu during his administration as governor of Lagos State, is finally becoming a reality, with the completion of the first phase of the project from Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, to Eleko Village in Lekki Peninsula. A roll call of dignitaries occupy Lekki area of Lagos for the official commissioning of the 30-kilometer stretch of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, Deputy Senate President, Barau Jibrin, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, governors of Lagos, Ogun, Imo, Cross River, Bayelsa, Borno, top private sector players, and others joined the president for the ceremony. The project, under the supervision of the Ministry of Works, is being executed by a number of contractors and will connect 9 coastal states.
Section 1 alone, which is 47.47 kilometers by 6 lanes highway, already has 30 kilometers completed. Nearly 20 kilometers from Victoria Island eastward towards Lekki Corridor, and nearly 10 kilometers from Eleko heading westward, both ends actively advancing towards the one other. Mr. President, under contract, we committed to 36 months completion, but we are determined, God willing, to achieve completion in 20 months.
The Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, highlights the progress across the states, promising not to disappoint on the job. He also commends President Bola Tinubu for being a visionary leader.
We are not giving you the 260 projects, 208 billion that you completed. We are not giving you the projects that is 3 kilometer, 20 billion that we have committed, silently. We are giving you major projects. The Nembe Brass is very important because you are doing the Bodo Boni, and in the next 3 months, nobody is going to be flying to the LNG, by helicopter. They will be.
Back to Inside Sources. Today we continue our conversation on the 2-year review of the Tinubu administration. And my guest today is a notable Nigerian social media influencer and a former presidential spokesperson. I'd like to welcome back to Inside Sources, Mr. Reno Omokri. Reno, Good to see you in that your traditional outfit.
Well, that's all I wear, grow Naira, buy Naija. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Thank you. Let's just get right to it. Alhaji Abubakar Atiku and Mr. Peter Obi, they were not very flattering in their review of the president's 2-year in office. How do you respond to that, Mr. Reno?
I'm going to take both of them on. I'll start with Peter Obi. First and foremost, Peter Obi was being very dishonest, and I can prove it to you. Peter Obi used to be chairman of a bank, had majority shares. Now he has about 10% shares in that bank. That bank, I'm not going to mention the name of the bank because I respect them and I don't want them to think that I'm going after them. But last year, the bank declared profit of 124.3 billion naira. This year, and they just released their figures about a month ago, they declared profit of 385.4 billion naira. So their profit has increased by more than 3, by a multiple of times 3, more than that. So I'm going to ask you a question now. If Peter Obi is saying that the economy is not growing, the president is not handling the economy very well, how come his own bank, where he has 10% shares, has increased in profitability by over 3 times? That's 300%, over 300%. It is not possible. His statement is contradictory to his finance situation. So he's about 64 years old. In his entire life, at no time has he been as profitable as in this last year under President Tinubu. And the reason why is because President Tinubu is handling the economy very well. We've seen that now we have a trade surplus of about $14 billion, actually $14.1 billion. It's never happened before. What's a trade surplus? When you are exporting more than you are importing. That's a good sign of the health of the economy. Peter Obi is not smarter than Fitch. Fitch is the #1 ratings agency in the whole world, bar none. Standard & Poor's and Knight Frank, they all come after Fitch. And Fitch has upgraded Nigeria's economy to a stable B. Don't forget, this is the same Fitch that downgraded the United States economy for the first time ever. They upgraded our economy. So what is Peter Obi talking about? Now, with due respect to Alhaji Waziri Atiku Abubakar, this is a man I respect so much. So even though I disagree with what he said, I'm not going to address it because of the respect that I have for him. All I would say is that President Tinubu met a debt profile of $108 billion. Right now, our debt is $94 billion. So it has reduced by $14 billion. So there is no way you can call such a person someone who's addicted to debt, someone who's reducing our national debt. With all due respect, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has exceeded the expectations of most reasonable Nigerians. Why do I say so? He's reduced our debt. He's increased our trade surplus. In fact, we didn't even have a trade surplus before. He's increased it. If you are an investor, the All Shares Index, they've achieved 2 records under President Bola Tinubu. And this man came in, Nigeria was the #1 petrol importer in Africa. Right now, we are not. South Africa has now overtaken us. We are now instead the #1 petrol exporter in West Africa. So anybody saying that this man has not done well is just being political and they are not being truthful.
Very, as usual, Reno, you always come in with a lot of hard facts.
All right, guys, that is all for this morning. We'll be seeing you soon by midday on Matters Arising. Remember, you're hearing this from 1-4 podcast. You have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead.